Hello, everybody. Defense here, and welcome to another episode of Minecraft from the Plankcraft server. We are here, set and ready to go. Well, you guys are here. This video I recorded a little over a week ago. As of right now, I am on my way back from my trip. Well, I'm still technically on the trip because I'm on a boat, but that's beside the point. But yeah, so this will be the last video that I had to pre-record. So I do hope you guys have enjoyed the past ones. This one and the previous episode were actually pretty much everything's pre-recorded that I do. I don't ever record on the same day, but that's beside the point. This arc and the two previous Plankcraft episodes were recorded well in advance to when they went out, because I wanted to have something out for you guys while I went away. The video you're watching right now is just kind of like a little bit of a speed mine thing. I'm just kind of hanging out, mining some stuff. It ended up paying off pretty well for me. You guys will see at the end of the video the total of everything. So if you guys want to see that, that will be there. But I have, I don't know, I think around 10, 3, 6, 9. I have 9-ish questions. There's some other questions that I might pull in. You know, a couple of funny questions some of you guys threw in. So I asked for these questions in my Discord and in the Plankcraft Discord. Both of those links are down below. In the future, I'm going to be asking in those areas again. If you guys do enjoy this, obviously let me know down below in the comments if you did enjoy these questions, and if you have any other future questions for, you know, a time if I do this again. But yeah, we'll just kind of hop into the questions. I'll kind of bounce in and out, do some questions, do some chatty stuff. And we'll see kind of how it goes. So the first question I had is, who got me into streaming? It's kind of like a two-part thing. So Robo, as you guys all know, I talk about him every once in a while in my stuff. I streamed with him a bunch. I game with him here and there, and he's the DM for our Friday night live stream D&D Heavy Dice session. So that's pretty cool. By the way, check out Heavy Dice every Friday starting when I get back from my vacation. So if you're watching this a week from tomorrow. But yeah, so who got me into streaming? He introduced me to Twitch, I'd say is the earliest thing. I didn't really consider streaming a thing because, you know, I had a laptop and I had a PlayStation 4, so like I didn't even think streaming was really a thing. So I didn't really put much into it then. But around that time, I'd started playing a lot of Minecraft, and I went onto the forums and I ended up finding a group of guys to game with, and I gamed with them for a pretty good amount of time. Most of them don't game anymore, sadly, and some might here and there, but it's very, very casual and very rare. And they all streamed from their PlayStations, which I didn't know was a thing at the time. So they'd always be like, "Yo, D, hop on, stream with us," and I was just like, that just seems like a lot of work. I don't want to do that. And finally, beforehand, they were like, "Yo, dude, we're gonna stream tonight. Hop on Twitch, make an account right now." And I was like, yeah, fine, I'll do it. So I hopped on, I made an account, and it's pretty much been all downhill from there. I do miss gaming with those guys a ton, though. They really introduced me to a lot of what Minecraft is and what multiplayer is for gaming, because like I didn't really do multiplayer games back then. I played Halo. Never played online. Assassin's Creed, those kind of games, but never really did anything. Never did anything online except for, I don't know, probably Resistance and GTA. You know what I mean? In GTA, you hopped online, everybody just killed everybody. Nobody cared. So it really showed you what multiplayer could be, and it was a game where everybody could work together to build some pretty awesome stuff. So I think that really helped. In relation to that, but I'm gonna meander on points here. I apologize. It's kind of what I do. But those guys did get me into streaming. If they start up streaming anytime soon again, there was Mr. Chubbs. You guys would have known him from the Quadcraft days. About a year ago, I think, is when we started that server. I don't know. It's my memory's drawn blanks on how long ago it was. And Pyro. The three of us used to hang out, game and stream together all the time. There were two other guys, and I'm drawing a blank on their names right now, who also used to game with us, and I think they used to stream here and there. They were real life friends of Chubbs and Pyro. So, those guys were the ones that really got me into it. And I streamed here and there with them on the PlayStations, and then Robo got me back into PC gaming, and I bought just a rig off one of the guys at work, started gaming with that, started streaming on it because it was like, hey, and then, I wanted to get into more games, start doing more things. So Robo helped me build my first PC, which I think really kickstarted, not kickstarted, but like leveled up like what I was doing. You know what I mean? So like you start off on a PlayStation, not a bad place to start. It's easy. You just press go and you just start. There's nothing you need. Chat's right there for you, and you just kind of go. So I'd say it's a mix of the those three guys there: Pyro, Mr. Chubbs, and Robo. I keep I don't know. I love it, and I'm glad that they started me on it. I'm just kind of bummed because none of them stream anymore. And it's a bummer. It's just like anything. Like if somebody gets you started on something and then they stop, unless it's drugs, it's a completely different story. Nobody should do hardcore drugs, but don't. That's getting way off topic. So let's just kind of move along here. Let's see. One of the guys from the one of you guys asked, when are you going to become a respectable person? When are you going to become respectable and shave the beard? Has a little winky face. I honestly don't think I'll ever shave the beard. I turned down a job because they told me I had to shave my beard, and honestly, it was going to pay way better than my job does now. But it's kind of not like a rebellious thing. It's just kind of me now, if that makes sense. So like if you look at it, it's just you get so used to something. Like same thing with my longer hair. I'm going to have to clean it up again. It's kind of getting unruly, so I'll have to work with that. But it's all beside the point on that. Let's see. There were a couple of big questions, but let's do, what is this one here? What is my favorite color? I don't know why he put a U in there. He put a U in color. I don't understand that. I think he might have just fat-fingered it. But that's beside the point. We'll let that slide. My favorite color is probably hunter green. It's a darker green, kind of shiny at the same time. It's hard to describe. But that's probably my favorite color. And then they also asked, why won't my boomerang come back? I don't really know much about boomerangs. I know if you throw them correctly, they come back. If you don't, they just land somewhere. So I'm going to assume that you didn't throw your boomerang correctly, Joe, and you should probably go back to boomerang school. Let's see. Do I want to go to countries to visit my followers? If I could afford to, that'd be great. I'd love to be able to travel and meet you guys. We did set up a small meet and greet at PAX East this past... When was PAX East? This past spring. I can't remember if it was April, May, March, somewhere in there. And that was great. I met a couple of people. There were a couple of people who were looking forward to going to PAX who didn't end up getting to go to PAX, which is kind of a bummer. We're going to be doing it again, so if you do find yourself in the Boston area around PAX East next year, even if you're not at PAX, we can always do a meetup outside of PAX, either right outside or a restaurant or one of the parties. They have the PAX parties, which are great. So stuff like that in the future. If any of you guys happen to be in Bermuda this past week, I'm sorry it's a little late, but hey, I was there. We could have met up there, but I don't know. But it'd be great to be able to meet a couple of you guys in person. I know when I first started out, I used to game with you guys a little more, and it's something I want to bring back. I do pubs every Thursday. You guys are more than welcome to hop into there. If we get groups of people together who are interested in doing something else, Gary's Mod, Counter-Strike, pretty much anything, golf with friends even, I have that. We could do stuff like that. And it's really what I started off a good chunk of my channel with, and I'm kind of bummed that I don't do it as often. So I'm hoping to try and get more of that back in, because it's about the community here, and that's really what I'm looking for. So, thank you for all the support you guys do give, by the way. I'm trying to change things so that I can give more back, if that makes sense. Let's see. What my favorite games are. That's one of the other questions. Honestly, obviously Minecraft's a huge favorite for me. I love playing that. Ark's always been fun. The Assassin's Creed series has always been fun for me. 1 all the way up on, I played 4. Well, up 1 on up to 4. I've played all of those. Unity, I started playing and it seemed a little different, but I don't really think it was. I think I didn't play it because I had literally just played through like all the Assassin's Creed games. Like, yes, Unity's coming out. I'm gonna get a game, and I'm gonna play all of them, and then hop right into Unity. And I got Unity, and I sat down, and I was just like, I really just don't want to. And I feel bad because I never went back to it. I know it had like kind of a bad rep. Like a ton of people were like, "Man, this game sucks," and like I don't honestly know because I've never played it. I own it. I'm gonna go back to it eventually. I just haven't sadly gotten around to it. The Halo games were also high up there on my list. I loved playing the Halo games. The stories were great. I played everything except for I think the newest one, 5, because I don't own an Xbox. I owned a 360 back in the day, and I had all the Halo games for it because if you got an Xbox, you got Halo, you got Forza. I think Forza's on the Xbox, and you got what's it called? Call of Duty. And I didn't really care for Call of Duty after I think Modern Warfare. I think it was the first Modern Warfare game. Was like the last Call of Duty I played. It might have been Modern Warfare 2. I can't remember. I've never played any of the Black Ops games, so like I honestly don't know. But let's see, there's those, and then obviously I've talked about RPGs a ton in the past. I love RPGs. I played RuneScape a ton back in the day. I streamed it for a few months till you get to the point in RuneScape where it's just kind of like, all right, well now it's just a grind and I'm bored. Well, in relation to streaming, I got bored with it. I've still messed around with it here and there, and that's been fun. But Neverwinter Nights was a huge one for me. That and Diablo. RPGs were just fun for the reason of like there was the story, but like you could change your character, especially with like what's it called, Neverwinter Nights, because it was a D&D based RPG with the I can't remember which end it was. It did that so that you could create a character based however you wanted, pretty much. So you could pick a class, say you wanted to be a fighter. But within that, there was enough variable, and you could multi-class and stuff like that, so that was rather fun. Which I think is really what brought me into that game as much as it did. And I felt that to be very fun, and that's honestly why I really liked that game. And it's very hard to find an RPG like that now. All the RPGs are, like grind, make money. Hey, buy our stuff, And I kind of lose interest in that real fast. You know what I mean? So it's a bummer. But that's how games are. You know what I mean? Games are out there for entertainment and to make companies money. Completely understandable. I just wish there was a bit more on the entertainment side. Like if they made another Neverwinter Nights game, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. I bought the remastered edition. I own Neverwinter Nights on 2 separate discs before that. I own I think all the Neverwinter Nights games, if I remember correctly. And then obviously I bought the remastered edition, which is all of those games remastered. So I didn't care. I love the game enough where I did that. Which made me think of probably one of my all-time favorite games to play that, and I know everybody loses their mind when I say this, I've never beat, is Kingdom Hearts. Very much looking forward to it. I've only ever played the console stuff. I haven't played the handheld. I have watched the stories and the cutscenes, so like I know what's going on in relation to that stuff, so I don't have to worry about it as much. Sorry, I had a yawn there. It's been a lot of work trying to squeeze everything in so we can fit it. But what was it? Where was I? I lost track. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. I do enjoy playing it. I've never beaten it because it's one of those games where I just love playing it. And same thing with a lot of games. Like I don't end up beating a lot of games because in my mind, once I beat a game, I'll never go back to it. You know what I mean? Like story-based games, I should say. Minecraft, I can't. I've beaten Minecraft a bunch of times. It's hey, go in, kill the end dragon, you're done. Like hey, that's technically the end of the game. But it's an open world sandbox, so you can keep going. But Neverwinter Nights, I am such a huge fan. I'm pumped for Kingdom Hearts 3, and I can't wait. But we are, let's see, next question. There's two there's like one funny one. and like one big one that like I don't really know how to answer the big one. So we'll go with this one first. Have you ever killed a man? I don't think I'm legally allowed to answer that question. Um, and that's really how I'm gonna leave it. But it was such a short question, a short answer. But yeah, I don't think I'm legally allowed to say whether I killed that man or not. So I don't know if the court date and all that does, all that's passed yet. So I gotta wait on that. Um, I'm just seeing if there are any other small questions I'd like to throw in. Because as I said, I'll just hop into it right now. The one last question is, what's my what's my big dream? I was asked this question actually recently, and even then couldn't really think. Well, actually, no, I take that back. It wasn't what my big dream was. It was what my greatest fear was, and I couldn't really answer that one either. Um, my biggest dream, honestly, it's changed over time. Like obviously, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a firefighter. You know what I mean? I wanted to drive the helicopters and put out forest fires. I don't know why I chose that of all things that you could do in the firefighting profession, but like you got to drive a giant flying machine and dump water on fire. Like, come on. Later on, it became I wanted to be a professional fisherman, and like I put in a lot of work to that. I learned techniques, I learned casting, I learned where to fish. I studied where you catch bass, and I wanted to be on the Bassmaster Classic. You know what I mean? Like that was a thing for me when I was a kid. But now like it's a tough question because like I'm at a point in my life where I don't know what I want to do. This would be great. Like if I were to pick something big right now, it'd either be, being able to do this like all day, every day, 7 days a week. Well, I kind of already do that, but like without having to work. Like I get up, I do this, I go to bed, I get up, I do this, I go to bed. Um, I know that sounds like a great work schedule, doesn't it? But I enjoy doing this a ton, and I'd love to be able to do that. But I don't know if that's really like my big dream. You know what I mean? Like because like I enjoy, as I said, I enjoy doing this so much, but it's not really the aspect of recording or streaming or even gaming. Overall, I just enjoy talking to you guys a ton more. But like, what is your big dream is such a difficult question to answer. Um, and I really don't know, if I'm honest. Like I'd love to be able to travel the world. I'd love to be able to do this as my 8 to 8, Monday to Sunday. But it's I don't know. I've always wanted to go to Scotland. I don't know if that's really a big dream. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, it wasn't. Everybody's like, oh well, I want to go to the moon and I want to go to Mars, and I was like, well, I just want to go to Scotland. Ireland, Australia, New Zealand. Like places I'd seen on TV that I know I've seen it, and there's so much going on there, and that's something I've always wanted to do, is be able to be like, I'm gonna go to Scotland. Like I want to spend like a year in Scotland and then like a year in New Zealand, just walk, go check stuff out, do things. And I guess you could say that is my big dream, is to get to the point whether I win $1 million, marry someone ridiculously rich, have a random family member who's like, oh, here you go, do you have $1 million? Like I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just no matter how it happens, and now that I've think about it, like that's probably my big dream, is to just be able to do that. Not even just to see the places, but like the people. Like I don't know if you guys have traveled much, but like I haven't. Like I've gotten to travel a bit, over the U.S., and I'm going down to Bermuda again, and I've been up to Canada a couple of times. And like, don't get me wrong, the places are great. Like you go to Bermuda, the sand's great, the water's great, but the people are amazing. Don't get me wrong, the tourists. Yeah, the tourists are terrible. I don't know how they put up with us. But just the people are amazing. Like even the people who work on the cruise ship, that we go on, they're from all over the world. You know what I mean? Like I went to an art auction just to talk to some of the people who were there, because I met one of the people on one of the like the day ship things when we were on the island, and they were talking about it. And they were like, yeah, they were like, oh, come check out the art auction. And I was like, all right, well, fine, I'll go. I can't afford fancy art. Like, that wasn't, even in the realm of possibility for me. But I went and I just spent half the time talking to the people who were waiting to just grab art and carry it up to the top, you know. And like there were like 2 people there from like Israel. There was a couple people from Spain, you know, and a couple from I think there was a dude from Germany, and just people from all over the place. And I thought honestly that was cool, you know, that was ridiculously cool. And it just people, like, I talk about how I hate people. I think I just hate certain people, you know, and it's hard. But I have to wrap this up here. I am starting to rambling. We're getting on to about 20-ish minutes. But I do want to thank you guys for stopping in. The questions were great. I am hoping to do this again soon. So let me know if you have, you know, let me know with the questions down below. Otherwise, there is a Q&A channel on my Discord, which is linked down below. Throw questions in there. Anytime I do this, I will answer them. And yeah, we're going to wrap up the time-lapsey bit here. I do have a little outro part, so we're just going to kind of slowly fade on into that and let you guys check that out. But thank you. Thank you. Well, I do hope you guys did enjoy that, and thank you for watching. Before we leave, I'm a fortune all these guys. We got 55 diamond ores, not to mention the couple of diamond ores I already accidentally mined. You know, we won't worry about those right now. But yeah, if everything went to plan, you guys should have seen a little time-lapsey bit there of me clearing all of this out, along with a little bit of a Q&A kind of dealio. If you guys did like that, let me know. I can do those again in the future. We're gonna make it so we can't see how many diamonds we get till the end, because why not? It's a little more fun that way. But yeah, I'm hoping to have gotten to as many questions as I could. Hopefully all of them if possible. And, you know, couldn't hurt. Thought I'd give it a try. I looked over the questions, you know, already, obviously. I'm actually recording this bit before I actually do the Q&A part. We went through, we did all that. I'm going to do the Q&A over it. But I got a decent bit of questions there. I have no idea how long this video actually is right now, as I said, because this is before the questions part. But yeah, you guys should see a good time, should have seen a good time lapse of all of this. And almost 2 stacks diamonds. Actually, you know what? Exactly 2 stacks of diamonds. So I am gonna, you know, transport all this stuff back to the base and get on with recording the Q&A part of this whole thing. So thank you all for stopping in. Pardon the big eyes. But yeah, I should be back from my vacation, so this should come out Thursday. I should be back some point on Saturday. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a stream in, so I do hope to see you all on Monday for a stream. We should be starting, I think we're actually going to be able to actually start No Man's Sky, which will be great. Oops, sorry about that. That was a little close. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this, feel free to let me know by hitting that like button, and let me know what your favorite question was, or if you have a question for a future Q&A episode, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, if you want to see more, that subscribe button is there for that reason. And thank you for stopping in. I hope you all had a nice night, day, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. This is my defense. I hope to see you all again soon. Peace.